Alright, I'm gonna go pick up baby one. Baby girl. Baby one. The little one. I combined baby girl with the little to make baby one. As if we had baby 2s through 6 as well. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Words Have Power Murder Hour with your
Hello.
host, Shelly.
Hello. And Mars.
Yes, I'm only here for the instruction. I have to go pick up a little one.
The baby.
Da baba. Da baba.
The pretty baby.
Da da baba.
Who is really smart, by the way.
Oh my god, so smart, so strong.
She's so smart and wonderful.
Properly named after a war goddess.
Well, also strategic planning and a bunch of other things. But yes.
Yeah. What else goes into war besides strategic planning?
Well, there's that too. But yes. Wow, there are 5 people here.
Damn! Look at all y'all.
Soundwave Blue. Hi, Soundwave
Hi.
Blue. Nice seeing y'all again. Have I seen you on here before?
They probably just sat in the background. Maybe I don't know. I'm not sure. Hello.
Oh, I know who you are.
Hey.
Well, I sort of know who you are. Yes. Hi.
We have seen your shows.
Okay, so I'm gonna start doing Sci-Fi Sundays every Sunday because I love sci-fi. Like sci-fi, that's just my favorite. Like to read, I love sci-fi, horror, fantasy. Sci-fi fantasy is even better. Sci-fi horror fantasy.
We should live stream playing Spellbreaker.
Oh, what is Spellbreaker?
It's like D&D, but sci-fi.
I would be down for that, probably.
Need more people.
Thinking.
All right, I will be back later. See all y'all later. Enjoy the show.
It's gonna be weird. I like doing live streams with Marcus here. But wait, I gotta move the microphone. Like, okay, see, damn it. You move stuff and now I have to kind of move it back and like this thing. Wait a minute. I moved that. Let me camera stuff and junk.
You recorded like that, so I don't know.
I don't know.
New tools and stuff.
It's like there's an alien coming up out of the desk at me, and it's very sci-fi.
That's as good as it's gonna get.
That's how I feel. Anyway, all right. So, this was actually requested from one of my very first subscribers for me to kind of, hey, Theater Vamp, how you doing? Yes, you are sci-fi. Yes. Be careful.
Never.
I have found a colorful palette of eyeshadow makeup that I can wear on my eyes, and it doesn't make me feel like my eyeballs are gonna morph into like a disgusting monster. So I'm kind of really happy right now. Theater Vamp, you might understand what I'm talking about. I'm not saying it's aliens, but it's aliens. I want one of those little lapel pins that he has. I really do. Like, I'm just saying. At some point in my life, I need one of those. Just because. All right. So, on my channel. Oh, well, thank you. It is. See, the camera doesn't do it justice. If I go outside right now in the daylight, I might actually cause a car accident because they might be blinded by the glitter in this eyeshadow. It is stunningly blinding. When I look in the mirror, I'm like, damn, it's a lot, but it's good. So yeah, I am extremely happy about that. And yes, there is the possibility I could burst into flames. This is true. That too. Between the glitter and the flames, there could be a kind of mini apocalypse busting out in New Orleans at any given moment. So this is why we have blackout curtains over the windows. So on my channel, I talk about a lot about domestic violence, violence against women and children, different aspects of abuse, also stalkers, what to do if you have a stalker, how to build a case against stalkers, all that stuff. Yes, well, especially if you're on Bourbon Street and it's Mardi Gras. That's a whole different level of insane. And I've seen that happen, and it's never a good thing. Um, so I wanted to do this live stream because I just rewatched the last season of The Expanse. Um, and Vanity Link, when you hit your first 100, you have been on YouTube for a month. YouTube YouTube allows you to create a link that is personal to your show, so you don't have a link that is all jumbled. Oh, okay. Right on. I did not know that. Hopefully that kind of helps with the algorithm too, because I'm actually trying to help people with this channel. So that's part of the reason I'm trying to get the subscribers up and likes and views and all that stuff, because that'll help people who need that help. You know, like if somebody's dealing with a stalker, there isn't really a lot of information out there for how to build a case against a stalker. And that's what I did for a long time. Um, so, and then also talking about like domestic violence and um, abuse from the viewpoint of being an ex-sheriff's deputy. You know, there aren't many people who do that, who have my experience and training and all that, who do this really in this way. So yeah, I'm um, trying to do something good, anything good with my degrees is what I'm trying to do. Spell jammer. Oh, okay, I get you. Right on, right on. Um, well, you know, we can try that. We can see. That would be funny. I might actually. You never know. Maybe if I go in the sun, I'll glow in the dark. Let's look and see. Okay. Now I'm glowing blue. That's great. That's just dark. Eh, eh. Let's see. Playing with the lights while I'm actually doing a live stream. I don't normally do this, but whatever. Um, okay, so The Expanse. Oh my god, it is such a good sci-fi show. It is so good. Just from beginning to end. I mean, the light, something Gondor closer. Goofball. You're driving. You need to pay attention. Attention to the road. You. Yeah, I suppose. Hold on, I'm gonna pin that right quick because that's kind of cool. Um, okay, so it's not. I don't know if it's pinned for y'all, but YouTube's kind of weird sometimes. There we go. There it is. So your show is to give info to people who may not have hope. So you're the YouTube version of the Equalizer. That's funny. That's funny, but it's kind of true because I have been known to yeet abusers. Like, no joke. I have no sympathy for someone who hits a woman, especially if she's pregnant. Apparently, um, that's a whole different subject. Because tonight we are talking about The Expanse and how well written the women are in The Expanse, and what a wonderful thing it is to see strong women who are just written like a real human being. They're not like an attachment or a sidekick for a dude. They're not your typical damsel in distress. They're not, you know, a pixie dream girl. They're just humans doing their thing, filling up the tank. Right on. I'm going to abuse a burger tonight. Well, I mean, did you have to say cheeseburger? You didn't say cheeseburger, but in my mind that translated to cheeseburger. Um, all right, so in The Expanse, now the books are slightly different from the series, but the books are really, really good too. But the series, oh my God. You've got Naomi Nagata, drummer, Gunny, Avasarala, all these women who are just strong and smart and, um, at points they're in positions that are very precarious, like their lives are on the line. But a lot of the time, when people are coming to rescue them, like with Naomi, there's a point where she's in a bad situation, right? And people are coming to rescue her, but she realizes if they do come to rescue her, they'll probably be killed, right? So she's trying to rescue them as they are trying to rescue her. And like, so she's not, the typical standard damsel in distress. It's just the writing is so dynamic for the women characters in this series that I keep rewatching. like, like it's so refreshing and good to see this. But they also do a really good job of showing some really important things in this series. And they kind of sneak it in there. And damn, it's just done so smart and positive and good the way they do it with Naomi Nagata and her ex. I don't like if you haven't seen it, I don't want to spoil it for you. But pay close attention to her ex when they interact, how he talks to her, how he treats her. What you're seeing is attempts at coercive control, gaslighting, uh, just all the different forms of abuse that I've been talking about is in there, and it's written so well and acted perfectly to the point that it's kind of scary. Just a little bit, like the guy who plays her ex. I'm like, you're playing that part a bit too well, dude. Uh, but yeah, the series. And another thing is, if you haven't seen The Expanse and you're in a poly relationship or you're interested in a poly relationship, what have you, watch The Expanse because they show poly relationships and it's not like it's a token thing or okay. Yes, I love Avasarala. Oh my god. For one thing, her wardrobe is fucking insane, but then also she's just so well written and just so smart. And you're never fully sure what she's up to, but she's obviously trying to protect and save lives, right? Um, but yet again, when she's in danger, she is an active participant in saving her own life, right? Um, it's not the typical men have to come to the rescue. They do, but she's actively participating in her own rescue, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know. More lip crack. So yeah, so I don't know if y'all can hear that, but somebody is dragging a ladder down the sidewalk. Yep. All right, so and even side characters, women who are side characters are so well written. But it goes even beyond that. The way men are written, um, That should be a song, really. You can't catch the Razorback. Should be a song. Um, but men are so well written as well, in that a lot of the time in a lot of media, men are kind of written as the one dimensional character. You know, he's the action figure walking away from the exploding car. You know, no real depth of feeling, or you know, just kind of, they kind of treat men a lot of the time, kind of treat men like, I don't know, there's nothing of any real depth to men. But in the Expanse, you got Amos, uh, who pretty much is just all depth. There's a lot going on with that character, right? Um, which one is Burton? I mean, I'll be thinking of, oh, the dude with the hat. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I think he's more of kind of a rather wounded character, right? So he goes through, you know, obviously goes through a phase of apathy. And Amos, right? See, I always call him Amos. I don't call him Burton. Amos, you know, his character. I see. I don't want to say too much. If you haven't seen the series, I don't want to ruin it for you, or if you haven't read the books. But what he went through prior to, like, when he was back on Earth, um, pretty horrific. So he is kind of, you know, he tries to armor himself to protect himself, right? He doesn't easily trust. And yes, he is, you know, that strong dude, but he has way more emotion and thought and logic going on than he gives himself credit for. Way more. I've never seen a psychopath written in a non one dimensional way and that has growth. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. With Amos, I don't think he would be a real psycho or a sociopath. Um, like, he tries to numb himself out and kind of not care, but he's the kind of person who would never be able to get away from caring. Um, doesn't feel emotions easily, but starts to logically process them. Borderline. Uh, uh, I don't know if I would. I don't know if I would really even try to diagnose him. He's a guy. He's a man who's been through. He's been heavily traumatized, and um, but he displays a lot of caring throughout the entire series for a lot of people he doesn't even know. Um, he's one of my favorite characters, actually. Like, it's hard for me to choose. Like, I really like Drummer. Um, kind of have a crush on that character, and it's interesting to see a poly relationship. And I wish they would have explored that more, actually, because it kind of makes sense that if you're out in the middle of space, whatever, you know, that you might have relationships like that develop. And it's not like a token fetishized thing. It was handled really positively. Oh, right on, right on. I mean, yeah, if you're driving, don't watch, please. Like, I, eh, I don't want to deal with the level of guilt I would have if you got into a car accident. Um, wow, I'm kind of surprised at having so many people in this live stream. Thank you all for being here, by the way. Um, all right, so Another character I really want to talk about is Gunny. Why? Why do I want to talk about Gunny? And why do I call her that all the time? Because normally I think normally Gunny would have been a male character. She would have been a man, not a woman. Why? Because almost always the action figures in any kind of media are they're men. It is so rare and refreshing to see Gunny. She's especially like in the books. In the books, she is like tall, big, like she's towering. She's like just brr, you know. Um, and she is just such a beautiful character, and her strength, the way she thinks, just um, her sense of honor, and she's a soldier, you know. But it's not. Yet again, it's not tokenized. It's not fetishized. It's not like I don't know. It's not from the viewpoint of a man finding her attractive, if that makes sense, which is what a lot of Hollywood does, right? They'll even Wonder Woman, you know, she's fetishized. Well, I mean, if you know the history of Wonder Woman, that's how she came about, really. But Gunny is her own person, and she doesn't really need any other characters around to fulfill her and make her a better character, right? So they don't touch Polly as much as I wish, though. It's more of just in the background. Yeah, but see, that's kind of, I get what you're saying. I really do. I would have liked to have seen more like backstory about that and like how they go about it and just uh, more communication among them of how they interact and uh, have their boundaries and limitations and just all that stuff, right? Because there's a lot that goes into it. But the fact that it's kind of shown like it's just normal, it's not, you know, they're not spoon feeding, oh, well, that's a poly relationship, da, 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 you know, and making a big deal out of it. It just is the way it is. It's how they live. That's kind of a beautiful thing. How often do you see that in media? I'm just saying. Having heard about The Expanse but never seen it, I want to hear from you to convince me to watch it. What is your passion for the series? Oh my God. uh, we're going to be here for a while. Oh boy. Okay, so you can go about this a couple different ways. You can read the books, which are fucking good. I'm going to cuss in this episode, y'all. If you don't like cussing, I'm not sorry. The books are so fucking good, okay? I'm going to re listen to them because they are well written. Um, I, I recommend. But you can also watch the series and then read the books or listen to the books. This series, to me, and I love sci-fi. All right, don't get me wrong. I love Star Trek. I love Star Wars, um, Space Above and Beyond, Battlestar Galactica, all of it. All right, I love sci-fi, but The Expanse just it raised the bar a ridiculous level. Why? Because the characters are diverse and they're different. They are their own people, and the the arcs of what they go through. Like, okay, if you haven't seen it, then I don't want to spoil it for you. But what Drummer goes through and the adversity that she faces, I mean, she's just such a well written character. Um, and even the side characters have the feel of being well fleshed out. They're not boring, is what I'm saying. There are no red shirts, right? There are no characters that are just tossed in there to be killed off, and there's nothing really much to them. Um, but then also, it seems like they did a great deal to kind of be more realistic with the spaceships and travel and cultures, um, the hardships of being out in space, how, food, air, water, these things are going to be extremely important. um, it's just, it isn't hokey, and it isn't, um, Star Trek can be kind of, I think, in some ways unrealistic to how human beings will could evolve, or, with technology, how cultures might evolve. So for, yes, yes, the red shirts, there are typically not immediate red shirts, I guess you could say. Um, but there are some people who, eventually do die off. But these actors and the writers are so good at kind of making those characters, even those who aren't going to be in the series forever, right? They're good at making those characters memorable, um, and interesting. There are so many characters I could bring up, but if you haven't seen the series, I don't want to ruin it for you. I don't want to spoil it for you, right? Um, but I can think of so many side characters who were just there briefly, but were strong women, strong and maybe flawed, um, women and men. And also, it's very just diverse, and it's not done in like a token or hokey kind of way. That's just the way it is, right? So I don't know. It's just such a good series, and I appreciate immensely how well written the women characters are. Um, it's kind of stunning to me, and I'm, when it was canceled, I was like, I almost wanted to cry. I was like, man, there's so much more they could do with this. Don't cancel it. Just let it go. Let it do what it's gonna do. Let it continue. Um, okay, so Naomi Nagata. If you watch The Expanse and you haven't watched it before, or if you have watched it, go rewatch it. Pay attention to Naomi. Pay attention to her. How she interacts with people, how she forms relationships with people, and I can't remember which season it was, this current season and also the season before. um, you're going to start to see why she behaves the way she does, why she's kind of standoffish, whatnot. um, yeah, it does it's not like Star Trek where you know things are for the most part pretty easy for people out traveling out in space. There are hardships. um, So I don't know. I just find it more realistic in many ways. Um, yeah, true. So with Naomi, you're gonna see a person who went through an abusive relationship, um, and went went through like some of the worst abuse, right? Um, and they do a really good job of showing a survivor interacting with the abuser long after the fact, of how an abuser can and will attempt to continue abusing that survivor long after the relationship is done. So it's just such a good series. the way they handled it was just a thing of beauty. And it's not something you see in mainstream media very often. It, I don't know. I don't want to spoil it, but they bring up points in this series that hardly anyone ever talks about. But when it happens to victims or survivors, you're damn sure going to be judged for it. Um, I cannot wait for the next season. If there is not a next season, I will track someone down and I will kick them in the ass. I don't know who. I don't know how, but I will get it done. All right. God, I will be angry. It's such a good series. And how do they do the gravity effects in that? I'm gonna have to look that up. I don't understand. I want to float around weightless for a little bit. I want to have sex in 0G. That looks fun. Until the gravity comes into play, and then not so fun. CG, man, that's just well done. Well done. So well done. Would it be fair? Would it be an unfair analogy to say that this is a space soap opera? No, I would not say it's a soap opera. Um, because, you know, everything that happens in the series actually has a point. Like there's, if you haven't seen it, I don't want to ruin it for you. NASA says sex in 0G straps people down and together. Wow, okay. That sounds rather cumbersome then. Um, I don't know. Anyway, there's imagination is one thing, reality is another. I get it. That is true. That is true. Harnesses and whatnot. Right on. Right on. I mean, that's a whole different level of things to consider. I don't, but I do like when they show Drummer and her family unit. You know, the way they kind of try to negotiate different issues that come up. Um, you know, different personalities with different opinions and all this and that. It's just really interesting. I mean, Leanne, you can come in at any time you want. It's fine. If you have any questions or comments, uh, I'm talking about The Expanse and what a just amazing series that is. It's one of the best sci-fi series ever. And on top of that, they do a really good job of showing just strong, intelligent, well-written women characters and men characters. Like all the characters are just really good. You know, I know people were raving about The Expanse for a little while there, but they should still be. It is that good. Um, and I don't know if people in sci-fi communities are talking about it as much, but I mean, there should be, you know, you got Trekkies and whatnot. There should be expansies. What would what would a cosplayer for the Expanse be called? I wonder. Razorbackers. I don't know. Expanders. That's not bad. Although that might be a type of underwear. No, that would not be. Anyway, so yeah, like I want to see some expansers. Yeah, that makes sense. I want to see some drummers running around. I need to see some gunnies running around. She has armor. I'm just saying. Um, I want to see, Alex is running around in the piloting uniform and Amos. We need to make that happen. I need to see that happening. Oh, Red Dwarf. God, I miss Red Dwarf. It was so good. No officer with false teeth should attempt oral sex and oh god. God, I miss my Red Dwarf DVDs so much, man. So much. That got me through some hard times. Um, Still to this day, I want a toaster who talks to me and demands that I get different kinds of bread products. Um, it's the only exception to dating a drummer. Well, I mean, drummer is my future wife. She doesn't actually really exist, damn it. But I can dream. I can dream. I don't know why. I have a, she's such a smart, strong, stubborn, I don't know, she is her own person. Yeah, she's such a good character. Lata Lauda, yeah. That's another language I need to learn is Belta. But yeah, and it's interesting in the first series when the one woman is trying to teach oh shoot, what was his name? The detective. I always forget his name with the hat. She's trying to teach his partner how to speak their language with the hand signs and all of that stuff. And that's another thing. The hand signs come up because if you're, um, you know, out walking in space, then your sound might go out. So they use hand signals, right? Like it's just interesting all the details they put into this series. I don't know. I appreciate the little things, I suppose. But yeah. Ugh. So this is the first Sci-Fi Sunday. I'm gonna be doing this every Sunday, talking about different sci-fi movies, TV shows, books, whatever. If anyone wants to talk about one in particular, let me know. You can make suggestions. Uh, Yesterday, I did a pagan. I guess I'm gonna call them pagan perspectives Sunday or Saturday. I'm gonna start doing that every Saturday, but I had to take that video down for one dumbass reason, and that was my bad. um, but yeah. So anyone have any questions or whatnot about the Expanse? And really, I was kind of wanting to focus on Naomi Nagata, but other characters go through situations that are kind of like family abuse, toxic people, um, like even Gunny, her family, one family member in particular, kind of puts her in a really bad situation. Like, if you haven't seen The Expanse, yet again, I don't want to spoil it for you. Um, but yeah, it was just interesting the way they went about putting these characters in these different situations that are normal everyday situations, but they lead to other bigger things in the series that are actually pretty astounding, really. Um, so yeah, I recommend the books, all of them. The series, the series is so good. I do warn you, it is addictive. I haven't seen it, but I will look into it. It's on Amazon Prime now. It was on. what was it on before? I don't even remember, but it's on Amazon Prime now, and it's really good. And the books are, I listened to the audiobooks, and they're so good. Um, I don't think I've listened to all of the books yet, but yeah, it's addictive. Sci-fi, all right. See, sci-fi always they'll create like a really good series and then cancel it, and you're like, what? Why for? You know, you created this amazing thing, then you go and cancel it. It's there's not a lot of logic going on there. So yeah. So on Amazon Prime, um, they have the entire series on there. It is just it's one of those shows that yeah, I get you. Yeah, see, you can binge watch the whole series, and I am so happy, so happy. I'll put it on, and even now, I'll notice things I didn't notice before. Um, I don't know. It's really, really good, and if you're actually paying attention to the interactions between the characters, and like these actors are so good. It is so perfectly cast. Um, the expressions on their faces, and how they negotiate the world around them, and just um and it is such a relief to see a character like Naomi um written with so much grace, and it's like the writers, whoever the writers were um really respectful of someone, of a survivor who goes through these things, and what it's like when you come out the other side, and like all of that. It's just such a good series. Um, Sci-fi creates good things sometimes. Yeah, yeah. I'm hoping that Amazon will continue with it, because Lord knows they have the resources. They could easily, you know, keep up with it. Um, I mean, for me, this has surpassed Star Trek and Star Wars, and I know that's a big thing to say. Don't come for me. Don't come for me. All right. um, it's um, because of how they wrote the characters. It's in my top five. I would say it's in my top five. I never thought I would watch anime. I don't know if it's an offshoot of anime. I don't remember, but my nephew showed me a movie of one, and I almost cried. Some anime is really, really good. There's one called What? What was the name of it? Garden of the Fireflies or something like that. I can't even watch it. I watched it a couple times, and I just bawling. It was so sad, and like so well done. Um, yeah, I like anime as well, but some anime just gets on my last nerve, on my very last nerve. Yes. Okay, I just got happy. Season 6 was already greenlit before season 5 even aired. Yay. Yeah. Okay, so when season 6 come out, there will be a lot of talking about The Expanse. I'm just warning you all. You're just gonna have to deal with it. In anime, everyone's either a demon or a 10-year-old girl, or a grown woman who the character is written like she's a 10-year-old girl, which is ridiculous. Um, yeah. I kind of at this point in my life, I have lost patience for bullshit, so I can't like. There's some anime that I just will not tolerate, and I like anime, um, but you know, women are not. I, s- I just I get done. I'm done. I'm over the grown woman little girl trope. You know, done with that. But this one wasn't like that. What was it? What anime are you talking about? If you remember, because there's so much anime. It's probably my favorite anime. Like if I had to, that'd be hard. There's a lot of really good anime out there. Ghost in the Shell is probably one of my standard go-tos. I do love Ghost in the Shell, the movie, like the original. Don't get me started on the live action. Um, right on. Um, was it Clash on Titan? That's another good one. Um, God, I'm trying to remember now, and all I can think of is Zatuichi. That's not anime. Um, Man, now I want to go watch Red Dwarf, and I don't even know where to find that. Like, yeah, Attack on Titan. Right, 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 right. Okay, that's a good anime, though. That is a good anime. I don't know. So yeah, The Expanse. If you have not seen it, I highly recommend. Cannot recommend it enough. Um, the books also are really good. There are some differences between the books and the series, though. I'm I'm horrible at remembering anything. Right on. I feel you. Especially these days, things are just so kind of insane right now that So yeah, man, I'm still astounded by this eyeshadow. I feel like my eyelids are sci-fi right now. Man, this has been a pretty good turnout for this stream. I have no idea what is going on with my phone. My phone is going insane. Excuse me for 1 minute. I don't know what is happening. Okay. Technology. It's like phones and computers have been acting weird lately. But yes, if you watch The Expanse, I'm telling you, my phone has a mind of its own. It is becoming sentient and it might actually like build a spaceship for me, maybe. I don't know. We're negotiating. um, yeah, if you haven't watched The Expanse, I would say the first time you watch it, give it your attention. Pay attention to how the women characters and the men characters are written, how they converse, how they interact with each other, how they interact with the world around them, because it's just so well done. You're going to put the fear of you in my devices. I mean, my phone is kind of old, you know. I don't know how it would respond is what I'm saying. So yeah. So if you're on here, you can say hi. We won't bite too hard or without like consent. Tech necromancer. That kind of sounds like Chronicles of Riddick, which is another one I'm going to be talking about because that is also, wow, such good movies. Like a lot of people think it's just like Pitch Black is just a horror movie, but it's not. It's sci-fi horror kind of, and then it's just so good. Technomancer, true, true, true. Kind of makes sense though. Like for you, right? There are 7 people in here. I'm, wow, that's pretty amazing. Um, so what was I doing? I was going to. My phone is behaving. My phone is misbehaving again. So yeah, if you watch the series, kind of. I mean, I'm to the point I've watched the series like 3 or 4 times, like the whole thing. So I'll just listen to it at this point, and I'll watch certain parts. But I sing shares I believe in life after love like her is really funny. Huh, that's a special kind of talent. Um, but yeah, if you watch The Expanse the first time, I highly recommend giving it your attention because it's really good. It's worth, paying attention to it and watching it. Um, like, what's the one character's name? Julie Mao. She's another interesting character, and her sister. I mean, there are just so many well written women characters in this series that are just dynamic, multidimensional, you know, women. They're not just the sidekick, the girlfriend interest, um, the fantasy, whatever. They are their own people. And I really appreciate that. I already told you that I've read some of the Anita Blake books, and it's all right, but it's really not my cup of tea, and it's kind of triggering for me because I'm a survivor. So the stuff she's into, I am not into. I'm just not. Um, so yeah, there's a lot of good happening today. A lot of good. Um, your voice. I don't know. I'll look it up and see. I don't. There is so much anime out there that I might have seen it and I just don't remember because there's, um, yeah, it's still, I don't know if I could handle listening to that. There's stuff that she's into that I'm sexually that I am not, very much not into. Um, Also, let's consider I'm a dominant female. I'm a dominant woman. And, you know, in some aspects, that character kind of was, but kind of also not in very important ways. Oh, I don't know. A girlfriend of mine gave me a box of her books, and I read a few of them, but I had to skip over chunks because I just can't with the you know, I don't even want to talk about it. um, I would much rather talk about The Expanse. And I'm not saying anything bad about that writer or her books or any of that, whatever. I can't tell you how many times I started watching a movie and I'm like, I've seen this. No, I haven't. Over and over again. Especially with anime. There's certain anime that like stand out, right? Like you've seen that before, right? Because they're just iconic. But um but then there are others like Ghost in the Shell. I could probably watch that on replay, just repeat, just over and over. And actually, I have because it's just so. There's something about it. The soundtrack and all of that is just the visuals. It's such a good anime. Um, and it's interesting that in order to create a woman character in an anime that was on a more serious level, she had to be a robot. She had to be a like an android. She couldn't just be a human woman. All right. Alita Battle Angel. She's another robot, though, right? Like a lot of the human women are often like these weak, vulnerable, flawed. They're a grown woman who acts like a 10-year-old. They're not, I don't know. I'm just saying. Um, I do love anime, though, don't get me wrong. But yeah, The Expanse is I was thinking about this earlier. I was like, where is The Expanse at on my list of sci-fi? And I'm like, man, it's way up there. It might have hit the number one spot. It's that good. Side note, there was a show on when I was a kid called Small Wonder. She was a robot girl. I aspired to be like her. I think I remember the show you're talking about, actually. I don't remember what all happened, but that sounds familiar. Um, I'm sorry, y'all. The mic keeps kind of slipping downward. Stop. Just stay there. Um, so yeah. So I have like I think 6 videos recorded. They just have to be edited and then posted. Um, and they'll come out one a day. And I'm gonna try to live stream once a day. So we have Pagan Saturdays, Sci-Fi Sundays. I don't know what's gonna happen the rest of the week, but we'll figure it out. If anyone has any suggestions or wants to give some input or whatever, you can reach me here. We have email in the description. I'm on Twitter a bit, just checking in because I have people that are contacting me on Twitter actually. And I'm going to start trying to learn about Instagram. I don't get it. I just don't get it. And I'm going to start trying to interact more on the Facebook page that we have. Like I'm more comfortable with Facebook. I actually run a couple groups on Facebook, so I know how to work that platform. Instagram, I'm like, what even is this and why? So yeah, so yeah, if you have something in particular you want to talk about on a live stream, also as always, I'm just putting this disclaimer out there now. If somebody is dealing with a stalker or domestic violence, and they're having a problem and they need help, and they say so in the chat, I will help them. It doesn't matter what we're talking about. Y'all in the chat can keep on going ahead and talking about the topic. But I view things like stalking, domestic violence, etc., as being my top priority on this platform, just so y'all know. Um, and also, I don't ever want anyone to feel like you're side railing the live stream or the chat. If you're in a bad place, uh, then you're in a bad place, and I'm here. I'm actually here to help you. All right, I'm not. I'm trying to use my degrees and my training in a more meaningful way. That's why I'm here. So, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of weird stuff going on YouTube right now. I'm starting to wonder if everyone on here is like most people, if most people are just like bullies um, who like to pick on the nicer people on here or what. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to keep on plugging away. So, yeah, if you have not watched The Expanse, go watch it. It is so good. You will not regret it. I have not met a single person who did not like this show. I'm just saying. Many go for shock value to get more attention like a tabloid does. It kind of seems like it, doesn't it? It's, but then some of them are just flat out straight up bullies. Like they're not uh, playing with a full deck, and also they're just mean to be mean over nothing. I'm kind of stunned by some of the things that, like, there are some content creators that I really like, and that they're really kind-hearted people and smart, and like I actually like them, so I'm subscribed and I watch their material. And right now there's one person in particular, I'm not even going to name, who's just basically bullying them. He's bullying them because they're women, and he seems to like to target women. It's misogyny, it's sexism, straight up. He sees women as soft targets that he can go after. And watching him interact with these women that he targets, it is textbook manipulation, deceit, gaslighting. You got attempts at coercive control. You've got, you know, purposefully interrupting someone when they're talking repeatedly to pull that rug out from underneath their feet. I said this in other videos. This is not the first time. This is not a new thing I'm saying. Purposefully doing this to destabilize them for when he actually lets them speak, then they can't actually speak, right? Because they're just discombobulated and emotional at that point. This is all textbook abuse. That is all textbook abuse. Um, and it's multiple women he's doing this to on the platform he's not even in an intimate relationship with. God damn, I shudder to think what he would do to a woman in an intimate relationship. That's actually terrifying to me. Wait, tell baby girl I said hi. Um, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the chat. I went off on a rant. I do apologize. Um, I wanted to ask you about that. Do you know what I'm talking about, Leanne? I don't, man. And then there's what was done to Charlotte. Damn. Psyche Today talks about the allure of the bully and how it relates to cult leaders drawing followers to feel safe, right? Right. Yeah, it's big gaslighting. I'm just going to pin that right there because what I saw, there was textbook, I'm trying not to cuss, there was textbook gaslighting going on, and then taking clips of someone saying something and editing it to make it sound like they're saying something they're not, like what was done to Radiant Brit. I like her. I low key have a crush on her. That was some fucked up shit, and what Charlotte is going through. And then, man, yeah, it's been confusing and sad that all of these people who are kind are really getting, you know, they're getting hit. And I hope, it's like that dude who I shall not name is not in competition with these people, but he's acting like he is. The person who went after Charlotte was trying to police her and control her, but had no right to do that. Not relating to who or what you're talking about in general, it's hard to identify someone sometimes who talks over people and manipulates versus people who, no, this is not ADHD. This guy purposefully does this shit. And I don't think he's on the spectrum. He's not, wow. It was purposeful, plotted and manipulated, or plotted and, well, yeah, there was manipulation. It was plotted and planned and strategic the way he behaved. Well, I mean, I'm just gonna say it. I'm talking about a guy named BX Beast Boy, and you know, the behavior he has displayed. I'm a person who has degrees in this shit. I've written papers about this shit that I have professors that are still using them. Um, you know, I don't have copies of them anymore, but a couple of my professors do. Um, so I'm just saying that I'm pretty sure I know what I'm talking about. Um, I lost. Okay. So he left me alone. Well, that's good that he left you alone, though. Yeah, I mean, you're just talkative. You're not actually planning on ways of how you can hurt someone, you know, verbally abuse someone, and then try to expect them to defend themselves and whatnot. Like it was abuse, what he was doing. What I saw him do, I watched the live stream, the one in particular, and that was abuse. Yeah, see, if you have ADHD, you're not showing a pattern like this, which he's doing it with multiple. He does it with multiple people. It's not ADHD. It's not the same thing. I have friends who have ADHD or are on the spectrum, and they're not. You can tell, right? You can tell the difference. I can tell the difference, and most people can. If I have a friend who's on the spectrum or has ADHD and they start going off, I know, just give them a minute. They'll talk it out. They'll be all right. you know, they're not doing it with malicious intent. BX Beast Boy does it with malicious intent, purposefully. So, sounds like ooh, wow. He might come after you. That would be funny to watch. Theater Vamp says, great name. Sounds like a twink porn star. Wow. Right. He's calculated. Yeah. Yeah, he is. It is very calculated. Maybe he Maybe he doesn't realize it. I don't know. Maybe he smokes so much weed that, weed, if you smoke too much of it, it can, some people can't, uh, for some people, it'll trigger paranoia, it'll trigger aggression and whatnot. Too much of a good thing can be a bad thing sometimes. It would be great to see a stream about the differences between them so people not like that guy don't get mislabeled. Most people can tell the difference. Believe it or not, most people can tell the difference. Um, but I can do that. I've trained myself to stop talking when others are by holding my hand over my mouth. It works. Well, yeah, I know several people, a couple people with ADHD would, they'd have a rubber band they would flick or some other thing to kind of help keep them, um, I guess, in the moment or to help them function in a conversation better. So, yeah, we can do. I'm trying to think of because I want to do a live stream a day, but I'd like to have kind of a theme to each one, um, because it'll help me keep track of what day it is. Because I am so bad with time. I can see sound. I can tell you what the colors of your voice looks like, but I may not be able to tell you what day it is. Oh Lord. Maybe we should have several people do a panel thing and have several people on. That would be interesting. I mean, typically, if someone's voice has ugly colors, I don't want to talk to them. Um, and a lot of the time, for me, bad colors to a person's voice usually means there's something actually wrong. So, oh man, I'm known for not remembering like birthdays. You know, what day is it? What time is it? I don't know. Like after Katrina, there really was no such thing as time, and I was fine with that. Everybody else was kind of freaking out, but I was like, yeah, this is kind of standard for me. So, whatever. It's either day or night. That's all you need to know. So, a lot of artists have that. Right on, right on. I used to draw and all that a lot. And I want to get back into making stained glass at some point. I want to get my gear back together because that would actually be I would be interested in making videos about that, doing stained glass. I don't know if I'd want my phone. I don't know, maybe I'd have to think about it. I'm not sure how I'd feel about my phone being more connected to time for me. I don't know. I'd have to think about that one. It's amazing what phones can do now, though. Phones are, man. Oh, right on. Well, I mean, I don't know. I've had this phone for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. I'll probably use it till it dies. Just saying. I think there are a lot of people right now in a bad place because of, yes, it certainly seems that way. Right on. I wish my phone would do that sometimes. My phone just, sometimes my phone just says fuck you to me. I mean, yes, but if he's, okay, so the behavior that I have just seen, and maybe I'll just do a live stream on this tomorrow. The behavior I've seen him display, and it's not just one video or live stream or whatever, it's several. The behavior I've seen him display is toxic, and he's willfully toxic, he's purposefully toxic. Um, And I would think that if you're talking with another content creator or really anyone, you would at least be civil. But a lot of the time, he's not civil. When you laugh at someone, when you're constantly interrupting them and talking over them, um, when you say, let me finish what I'm saying, let me finish what I'm saying, when you interrupted the person who was speaking, right? And then you turn around and act like they are constantly interrupting you, like, baby, there are books written on this subject. This is all textbook um, manipulation, gaslighting. Um, just if you watch Onision, you'll see a lot of that behavior when he's debating women in particular. You can go watch the Joyce Sparkle Onision debate. You can watch the Jacqueline Glenn Onision debate. You'll see a lot of it there too. So some people need to one up others. Yeah, but this isn't really even one upping. This is just being a douche for no apparent reason. Unnecessarily to really nice people, by the way. I think that I think what bothers me most. Wait, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. I think what bothers me is people almost didn't care until it happened to True Ball of Wax, right? Back when it happened to is her name True Brit, Radiant Brit? I always get that mixed up. But when it happened to her, I was like, whoa, what? When he started going in on her, and then Caroline Ironwill, I hope I'm getting her name right. And then, it's a women. He just keeps, I don't know. With long pauses, I mean, sometimes I have to pause when I'm speaking because of my speech impediment. So if I have a word with a L in it, God forbid if there's a L and a V or an L and a B in it or multiple L's, I'm going to have problems. I'm going to have to pause, regroup, get everything going between the brain and the tongue. Like, it's a thing. So, Radiant Brit, right? I mean, I don't even, but these are all um, smart, nice women, you know, and then, you know, a discussion about people caring or not caring depending on who the abused party is. That's an issue to discuss on. True. Yeah, yeah, you can be. I used to be, because of where I'm from, but yeah, I mean, when he was talking about a lot more about KJ, and he was talking about her looks, uh, that really irritated me because how she looks, and I've been saying this, how she looks doesn't matter. I don't care about her chin. I don't care about her edges. I don't care about any of that shit. What I care about is she shouldn't be talking smack about a child who was possibly traumatized. She shouldn't be doing all the things she does, being mean to people and all of that. That is the important issue, right? When you're a man and you start going after a woman based on her looks, that's a bad look on a man. That just makes you look kind of suspect. Yeah. Yeah, I heard a recording of me talking and I was like, Jesus, I talk fast and low. So you're going to have a hard time understanding me in two different ways. So those are not debates. That is not a debate. That's what Onision calls, when he debates women. Those are not debates. These people don't know what debates are. Um, I used to be on debate team. Those are not debates. In debates, one person talks and makes their point, etc., and then they stop, and the other person talks and makes their points, etc., and they don't interrupt each other. And you don't have one person interrupting and attacking. It's not a debate. He may think they're debates, but they're not. Uh, that's not comedy. See, and this might be another situation. I keep talking about the mask. Remember the mask? Is he really a comedian? Because I don't often laugh when I watch his videos. Is he actually a comedian? Or does he think he's a comedian, but actually he's kind of being mean to people and not in a funny way? I don't think that's comedy. I don't know. I mean, here lately I backed off on watching a lot of other content creators because like after what happened to Charlotte, I was like, man, I don't know if it's smart to trust even a single content creator on here. I don't know what to think. Um, I don't know what it was that was shared about her. It's not even my business, but I do know that that is a form of doxing. What was done to her, that's just wrong. Some people don't. Well, some people think there are no rules in comedy, but there actually are. Really, I mean, so you can say anything about something that directly has or does affect you. You are not allowed to do it about stuff that affects others. Um, I guess I can see that. But he does this whole thing where he cries victim, and this is a new term for me, but sad fishes. Um, I don't know. It's just weird to me. I just feel like there's people who think they can dictate what happens on YouTube. Yeah, you can't though. You can't though. If you could effectively, then Onision would have been off YouTube a long time ago, right? Then Davi Vanity wouldn't have a single video up on YouTube, you know, and all these other problematic people. So bullies playing victim. Well, that's that false victimization that I talk about, right? I talked about this before. False victimization. The mask. That mask. Put on that mask. I'm just a comedian. I'm just a nice person. I'm just, digging for information on someone because I don't like them. Um, it's all a mask. It's all a mask to abuse people. So, in my attempt to sadfish like them, I always say, "Where's the orphan's weed?" Oh my God. Okay. I'm not sure really what that means. Um, Schoolyard rules clearly define bully and bullied. If you punch someone in the face and they kick you in the nads, you're not a victim. True, but you know, to people like BX Beast Boy, he should be able to call people stupid and assholes and, verbally abuse people and, um, belittle them and talk down to them, interrupt them constantly. But he's laughing and he's calm when he does it. So therefore, he's not being a bully and he's not being mean. Bullshit. Bullshit. That's bullshit. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Somebody actually messaged me and warned me that I should be careful about saying his name or any of that, that he might come for me. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a single fuck. I'm not actually trying to get monetized. If I do, great, whatever. But here I'm trying to point out examples of abusive behavior. And it isn't always punching someone in the face. Sometimes it is just being a douche verbally, you know, conversationally, socially, the targeted bullying, sending stands after people, all this other shit, you know. Oh, well, I mean, that's what they make sage and lavender for. I can just burn a bunch of it and I'm good. I'm not worried because, for one thing, I'm such a small channel. I seriously doubt he would even notice. And he's not going to take anything anyone says about him seriously. He's just not. Um, so, if he was going to, he already would have. He's got good people that are trying to reach out to him and say, hey, man, maybe don't be mean to people, right? True Ball of Wax seems like a really gentle, nice woman, and he just belittled her. It was hard to watch that video, man. It was painful. That's like he was going off on someone's grandma, and you know what he was. I mean, I think you know too much about him. I don't know what you mean by that one. I don't know. I actually don't really know very much about him, BX Beast Boy, beyond what I've seen in videos of how he treats people. Um, Anyone can say anything about you in a public forum, short of accusing you of a crime, which is libel. Otherwise, they can jog on. Well, libel is hard to go after someone for. Defamation also is kind of difficult, but oh, like how? Well, I mean, it's obvious. It's straight out of a textbook. I'm not even kidding. My textbooks in college dealing with abusive people, straight out the textbook. Um, so, like I said, I've written papers about this, coercive control, all of that. Like, I'm not saying I'm an expert, but if you go listen to Real Crime Profile with Laura Richards and Jim Clemency, they talk about this kind of behavior. You don't have to believe me. You can go to the experts and hear from them. They're not talking about BX Beast Boy or Onision or these other people, but really they are, because this is just standard behavior. This is, I don't know why. This is just a lot of the time what happens. If he jumps up and down, Rumpelstiltskin style, just say to him, is this your first day on the internet? Wow. That's pretty funny. I don't know. I don't know. Like at first, he kind of seemed all right, but that's kind of, apparently he's kind of, his channel is kind of crumbling. From somebody said that, I don't even remember who. But if that's the case, then maybe he needs to kind of think about things a little bit. Maybe, I don't know. Consider. I mean, I don't understand how he has um, real life personal relationships if he treats people that way. I don't know. True. Let's hope he's unwell and gets the help he needs. That's true. I mean, that would be a best case scenario. Caroline put it a good way. Summed up, he just said she's a poopy head. Yeah, that's wow. Over what? She deserved to be talked to like that over what? I mean, nothing really, from what I can tell. I don't know. I don't know. It's just it's been a lot. I'm like I'm not a tea channel. Just to put that out there, I'm not a tea channel. I'm here to, whenever I can, point out abusive behavior and be like, look, see, you can go see this for yourself and see that it is abusive. And if someone's treating you like this in your real life, that is abuse, then you are being abused and you don't have to put up with it. So I think he said, I think he said he's bipolar. Well, then, she never even talked about him as far as I'm aware. She probably didn't have to. She's a woman. Um, and she exists. But if he's bipolar, then it behooves him. It would be a good thing for him to go get help and take care of that. And with bipolar, I don't know if massive amounts of weed are going to help you with that. I'm not a doctor. I'm not sure. But do know that, like, I've known people who, when they smoked marijuana or cannabis, they became mean and paranoid and just mean. And, like, then I've known other people who, when they were not smoking weed, were mean. So, I mean, it depends on the person, right? So, abusers are often formally abused. I wonder if that's possible here. I mean, could be. I think that a lot of people who are abusive were abused, and that's where they learn it from. Richard Ramirez is a good example of that. Um, Look at his childhood. He started doing the things he saw as a child and how he was treated as a child, right? So, Marilyn Manson, Lord, I can think of a bunch of predators and abusers out there who did what they saw as children. So, it's okay to not be okay. It's not okay to do nothing about it and expect others to be okay with your behavior and not getting help. Exactly. Here's another comment that's going to be pinned because that is true. You are responsible for your own uh, mental and emotional and whatnot well-being, and it behooves you to do the work to fix yourself. Nobody else can fix you. I keep saying this in videos. I have like 6 videos, and I think I said it like 100 times. Nobody else can fix you. So BX Beast Boy, if you see this and you get all pissed off and nobody else can fix you, right? All these women you're going after, they can't fix you. Women in your personal life, they can't fix you. Only you can fix you. You are responsible for you, right? You're responsible for how you interact with people, not the other way around. So if you're always interrupting people and verbally abusing people and just behaving in a really unprofessional manner, that's on you, right? That's not on anybody else. You choose to interact with people like that. Like if I had somebody on my panel right now and they were interrupting me constantly and talking over me and like not letting me finish a sentence and, you know, um, condescending to me, talking to me like I'm an idiot and all that all the time, I'd mute them. I'd probably just kick them off the stream and be like, bye, Felicia. I've reached the point where I have minimal patience, especially for men who do that. If I can't have a conversation of give and take with a man, then why should I even bother talking to him? He's not treating me like a human being at that point. If if a man is constantly interrupting me and mansplaining to me and talking over me while I'm talking, that's just a disregard for me as a human being. So I don't have time for that shit. Being socially abusive is often only personally addressed when social consequences they can't live with occur. Well, it sounds like he's possibly beginning to deal with some of that now. So, you know, it's just sad to see, you know, True Ball of Wax just seems like such a nice woman. Um, I do like watching her content. And then Charlotte, if I'm not mistaken, he went after Charlotte at one point. Of all people, there, I, you know, I don't, I don't understand. I do not understand. But it's that abusers need to abuse, right? So he'll go after soft targets that he thinks he can get away with it with, and it's not a big deal for him, right? Well, typically there are going to be consequences for actions. You make a decision, do a thing. I don't know. Yeah, and I think that's where the responsibility to remove yourself from a creator like that. True. If I remember correctly, I've only looked into it a little bit, but what I saw was very damning. And there was something about that he started to go off on Charlotte. Um, but then there was backlash from that or something. I could totally be wrong on this. He's went after so many women that I kind of lost track. Um, so, you know, when at odds with the world, first look to a mirror before looking to the world for cause. Right? I forget where that quote comes from, but yes, that's a good one. I used that I think it might have been that quote actually in one of the papers I wrote. I hope Charlotte comes back. I don't care what is in somebody's background. It wasn't anything groundbreaking. See, I don't even know what it was. It's none of my business unless she hurt a child willfully and purposefully. Unless she like killed someone in cold blood maliciously. I don't give a fuck. It's none of my business because she didn't come tell me herself. So, like Leanne, let's say you and me become really good friends. We're talking on the phone, whatever, and you tell me some deep, dark secret, like I don't know. I'm gonna make this up. This is made up. I'm just hypothetical, right? You stole something expensive, jewelry or some shit from Sears or some shit, right? You tell me this. I'm not then gonna come back and broadcast that to the entire fucking world because you do something I don't like, which has nothing to do with me. That's some bullshit. That is just bullshit. So I think I know who did it. I'm not sure. I think I know. But I don't, if that person were to contact me tomorrow, I'd be like, I don't need to know that person. I'm not going to have somebody try to control me and police me and tell me what I can or cannot say on a live stream. She's a sentient, whole ass grown woman. It is her live stream, it is her channel. She can say and do what she wants. Jesus Christ. YouTube is weird, but really, when you think about it, it is an example of some of the best and some of the worst behavior of humanity, right? So I didn't even wait. I didn't even want to see it, but I stumbled on it. There's a bit of an update though. Yeah, I mean, I know she came on and said she was okay, which was good, but Salt said that the FBI are handling these threats and hackings, and he and others involved can't talk about it. Right, but see, with when you are dealing with um, stalkers, cyberbullying, all of that, anything like on the online, well, really a lot of crimes in general, law enforcement will not always update you on what is going on with your case. So you don't even know. You don't know if they're investigating or not. You don't know what's going on. So, and that can really leave you in a place of fear and make you, like it takes a toll on your mental health and your well-being, your mental well-being, right? So, and I keep saying it is better to tell everyone what you're dealing with for your mental health, and it is. Um, it is. It was, you know, Charlotte letting people know what she's going through means that she will have more support from her community. She should not be punished for that. I stand by what I say because I have dealt with so many victims of stalking. Um, and I don't know. People have the right to say what they want, but should realize there are always consequences to that speech. That's true, but I mean, when it's not something that's going to hurt anyone else, then, or when you're just asking questions, questions that you may not ever have a answer to, but still, you're allowed to ask questions. Damn. Um, he said he was helping Charlotte, but they can't talk about it. She's not, right. I mean, I don't think she was talking about everything, right? Like she's not going into minute detail, but she was saying that she, is having a hard time, and she has every right to say that. I mean, there of course there are going to be things that she won't be able to say, right? But um, hey Nicole, how you doing? I mean, we've been talking about a few things. We were talking about The Expanse and how amazing that series is. It is so good. If you haven't seen it, go see it. Go watch it, or read the books or listen to the books because they are so good. And we were talking about the ex Beast Boy. Wow. And then we were talking about like Charlotte. We've been all over. We've been all over. Hi, baby. I know. It's pretty, huh? That's a doll. That's your sissy's doll. No, you can't open that, baby. That's a collector's item that has to stay in the box. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, we've been all over the place. It's a shirt, kind of. Yeah. That's beads. Those are beads. Yep. What's that? What? Oh, really? Right on. Oh, Leanne says hello.
Hey, Leanne.
I mean, I'm doing good. Baby girl is doing good. Marcus is doing good. Um, I've I've heard her. Who is she exactly? I'm not sure who you're talking about. Ask your dad. Here, give this to your dad. There you go, baby. Oh my god, when she runs with her shoes on, it is the cutest thing in the universe. It's just so cute. She's just so cute. Um, yeah, we were just talking about Charlotte and the mountain of feces that she's been dealing with, um, and we were talking about the ex Beast Boy and his abusive behavior toward women. Um, so yeah, we've been talking about a lot of stuff. It's a really good stream. There's a lot of people on here. 8 people. Oh my god. Hi everybody. To whoever isn't saying hi, hi. Welcome. LUB mentioned she's been having it rough. She's been having it rough for a while, man. She's had several people coming for her, and I don't understand why. I don't understand why. Like, you know, she doesn't seem like she's a horrible person. I don't even. What's been happening to her now, though? I wonder. Because she already had it bad with KJ targeting her and all that. Like, damn. Can a woman get a break? Just so y'all know, baby girl is at the back of the house, and there's a window right here. So before anyone starts, LB, yes, I mean, I almost feel like she has to be on here the way she's been targeted. Hey, babe.
How?
She got her Kindle.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, we have talked about a bunch of stuff.
I know, I've been watching.
Right on. Right on.
Hi, everyone.
That's what I was about to say. It's a good stream. I meant Leslie mentioned Charlotte was having it rough. LOL. Oh, right. Yeah, Charlotte's a sweetheart, and it's kind of. I hope she comes back. She doesn't deserve to be treated the way she's been treated. That's a damn shame. That is a damn shame. It is a damn shame. It is a shameful thing. What that person did to Charlotte is shameful. I'm not sorry. I'm not apologizing for that, for saying that. That is a damn shame.
I can't tell if we're being sarcastic or serious or from it too, because I'm off track.
No, I'm actually being serious.
Okay, I have no what's going on.
That's okay. It's all right. It's okay. Somehow a fly got in here, and I have no idea how.
I don't know either.
Do what?
I don't know either.
So how's everybody doing? Your mom and them?
It's good. We're gonna talk about them later.
So that's a term here in Louisiana. How's mom and them? And with him, that actually means that. So sometimes I get mixed up with like that tweet from Salt. Yeah. Hey, Theater Vamp. This eyeshadow looks so good. I have eyeshadow, y'all. I have eyeshadow I can wear, and it does not hurt my face. Oh my god. And it's so beautiful, and it makes me so happy. I keep raving about this, and I will keep on raving about this. Look. Oh, man. Had to do hair things. I'll call you later after the live. No hands to type now. Right on. Yeah, look, I figured out that face lotion, face moisturizer isn't supposed to actually make my face burn.
Of course, mom, that feels good. That's for sure. That shit's amazing. I'll wear it.
Leslie's good overall. Yeah, I saw that eye injury was scary, man.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't mind.
This is not KJ's stream. You can talk about really whatever you want to talk about.
As long as you're not like being absolutely mean to people.
Yeah, no being mean to people. Unless it's a douchebag who deserves it.
Yes.
Otherwise, you don't have to apologize. This is not KJ's channel. This This is a bunch of grown ass adults having conversation. I'm conversing with actual grown people. It's so nice. I love you.
Do you want me to go make another coffee?
Would you mind with the cinnamon? I'm sorry.
I've been driving for 2 hours.
I know. I know. I washed your laundry.
Yeah.
It's a give and a take. But yeah, I'm so amazed by ColourPop right now. And I'm wondering what other brands are good for people with sensitive skin. I'm going to pin this up because my question is, when do I not need coffee? Especially because I was sick. So now I'm like, I'm behind on like everything, basically. So I'm catching up with cleaning, with videos, with, the only thing I didn't get behind with was Baby Girl. But yeah, I had a bad reaction to a face moisturizer and it was red like a tomato for 2 days. Damn. Oh, thanks. See, looking beautiful tonight is all because of these eyeshadow palettes. Like, working with them was like a dream. I've been drinking more coffee than normal. Yeah, I've been drinking a lot more water. Like, going from coffee to water to coffee, just trying to be better with it. Oh, uh, I'm just trying to look professional on here for, any possible victims, you know. I'll get a lymph node swelling from that stuff. But yeah, yeah, I used to like not drink coffee at all back when I was in martial arts training, especially like when I was going at it hard. It was like water, just hydrating all the time because I was working out and I was, and in work I was working out and it was like basically I was working out all the time. So I would actually crave water. Um, so yeah, it's so easy to not drink water though, right? Sound blue wave. Right on. Um, I studied several forms of martial arts, but my favorite is Krav Maga. I also like Jeet Kune Do, but Krav Maga is, to me, um, at least with my instructors and whatnot, it is the most practical form for me. Everyone has their own opinion, whatever, um, but yeah, Krav Maga. I mean, it will get the job done, is what I'm saying. If you're a small woman and you want to know how to protect yourself, I am just saying. Um, so yeah, and it's one hell of a workout, And so I was studying dance and also Krav Maga and also lots of yoga and also what God, that was way back in the day. I was waitressing and I worked at an office and whatnot. So there was a lot of working out. Yeah, I really would like to start training again. You know, um, it's like I can't recommend that enough. And there are two different styles, really. There's American and then there's Israeli. I was trained in Israeli Krav Maga. I began training under a woman who She was, thank you, baby. Um, she was Israeli Jewish, so she went to the military over there, and that was like her passion. And man, she was a really good instructor. And then I've had several other instructors as well. Um, she's the only woman instructor I've had, but she was amazing. So yeah, self-defense classes are, I think, you know, I think a lot of us should start teaching our daughters that, hey, babe, come over and join in. Someone left you a message. Your girl needs your coffee.
Yeah.
It's
I
cute.
got it.
I mean, sometimes, man, especially with the research I've been doing, like it makes it hard to sleep and hard to like stay asleep and like be well rested and whatnot. So
I can't wait till the 15th when I have less hours at work. Can spend more time at home with you.
true. So but in a week and a half, is it?
About that, yeah, about that now.
Marcus will be starting a new job, so he'll be home at a better time in the evenings. So I
In
may,
the afternoon.
yeah, in the afternoon. Wait, what time will you be home?
Like, I'll be home around 3:30.
Really?
It's like an 8 to 3 job, yeah.
Right on. So Marcus might be on the streams from now on. Like, when you want to be. You don't have to be. I'm not. Let me back up and regroup. Hold on. You don't have to do the streams, but if you'd like to, you're welcome to. Um, yeah, but if I sing "We Are the Champions," the stream might be taken down.
No, we're not monetized yet. We're fine.
Oh well.
If we're monetized, then we'll have to. So if you sing it off key, then they can't because you're singing it in different.
I am not Freddie Mercury. Man, that man's voice was just inhuman. Man.
Such a sense of presence.
Man. Yeah, and right now a lot of people are finding it hard to work out anyway, though, Nicole. Like, with the plague and everything going on. So yeah.
Weights.
Yeah.
Lift the baby.
We have those that workout stuff that we got.
Yeah, the resistance bands.
I might bust those out sometime and then do the baby lifts and all that. So
proper baby yoga. Not like that shit. Fuck that.
No. I have no singing voice at all. What kind of training is that? What kind of training is what? Because I've done a lot of training. So
weight training.
Weight training? Okay.
I'm assuming.
I wasn't sure. Because I mean, there's been a lot of training in my life. It's been a good deal of, what is happening? I picked a few Latin dance exercise videos. I'm kind of afraid to hurt my hips. Right on. A lot of hip moving in the Latin dance. Just saying. I love tango. Everything about tango. Absolutely adore it. But like back in the day when I was really into Krav Maga, I started doing a kind of a rare form of dance from India, and that will put a hurt on every part of your body. This is a very intense workout. It was basically like yoga put to dance, and ouch. Hard with the plague. Some places open back up. I have a yoga mat and a few workout things here. Right on. And they have free yoga videos on YouTube. A lot of time when I do yoga with baby girl, we'll just put a video on YouTube on and watch it on the big screen, which is always fun trying to do yoga with a 3-year-old. Just saying. Have you looked online for people streaming?
He's asking Nicole that.
Hmm. So yeah, we were talking about The Expanse earlier, and
I was watching.
it kind of, I guess, talking about it and verbalizing it really gave me a whole new love and appreciation for it.
Mm-hmm.
I might want to re-listen to the books
Okay.
again.
Okay.
I don't know if I have all the books though. Do we have all the books? I don't even know.
No idea.
Throw in a cat. Well, my one cat, Edun, when I'm doing certain yoga poses, she will try to get on my back.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. Very interesting. Being a jungle gym for a 3-year-old and a cat. So,
Life is never boring.
yeah, ginger skin is no joke at all, you know. But I love the fact that on YouTube they have so many like interesting things that you can learn and it's just free. Like you just go on like yoga, whatever, you know. It's kind of amazing actually. That's how I learned about these two palettes, that they might actually work for me. Also, shout out to Kinky Sweat. Kinky Sweat, she's I call her a beauty guru. I deem her a beauty guru, and if anyone has a problem with that, they can suck a bag of dicks.
Okay.
I kind of have a crush on her as well.
Mm-hmm.
I had to give up on makeup because I'm a redhead with a boatload of allergies, but Shelly's trying out stuff here I might be able to try later. True. Well,
Color pop.
Color pop. Color pop. This, wait.
Rain squeeze is what that says.
Yeah, so far I have had no allergic reactions to their products. So I have 4 of their palettes now and one of their face moisturizers and no allergic reactions. In fact, this stuff is manna from the gods. All right.
The corners of my mouth appreciate it. They're so soft and moisturized right now, and they haven't been this way in like ever.
Let's do a group live. What do you use? Makeup stream. Sure, we can do makeup stream. I will interject things that people need to know in there because I do have a purpose with this channel. But sure, we can do that. How about tomorrow? What are you doing tomorrow? I'll be here. How about tomorrow? Um, Makeup Monday, but that's a Bailey Syrian thing, and I don't want to rip her off. Do you know what I mean? I have a tense leg, and my IT band gets so tense it affects my back. Wow. Sorry to hear that, man. I have, from an old car accident, I have problems with my lower back and right leg, and it is no joke at all. Combatives? What do you mean? Well, Sunday is going to be sci-fi, but after we get done talking about the sci-fi, we can talk about whatever we want, right? Because what I want to do is point out in mainstream media different aspects of how women are presented in mainstream media and also examples. I can use that as examples of like, well, this was abuse, this was that kind of abuse, what have you. And you know yeah, so we're gonna have okay, right on. We're gonna have what was it, pagan perspectives Saturdays, and then sci-fi Sundays, And I guess Makeup Mondays, we can do that if y'all want. Where we have a topic and a theme that we talk about, but we can also talk about the important things of why I'm actually here on this channel. Um, so, domestic violence, stalkers, male violence against women and children, whatnot. So, yeah. I don't know. I had to come up with the other days of the week, what the theme will be. You grew up on sci-fi? Yeah, so did I. Star Trek. Me and my grandpa used to watch uh, first generation Star Trek. That was just a thing, you know. And I think part of it was because, you know, he was a man in a family with all women. He was the only man, really, and in our immediate family, and he started to not like how women were portrayed in the media. But the original Star Trek was a bit better, right? So I mean, it wasn't perfect by any means, but it was a bit better. So fast car in New Orleans, a fast, loud car. Yes, there's a lot of that. There's all of that. Yeah, so wow, this is a 2-hour stream and there's been a good amount of people here, good amount of banter and talking, and I really appreciate all of it a lot. Um this is what I'm hoping will happen. People come on, talk, chat. You're not going to derail the chat unless if a troll comes on. But then I might play with them. So, but yeah. So I guess tomorrow will be like I have a very very small makeup collection. It's I'm not a beauty guru. I just found a brand I can wear and I'm not in pain. But yeah, we can do a makeup thing if y'all want to. Troll Thursdays. LOL. That's funny. You want to come with your best examples of trolls? I don't know if I want to do that. That sounds painful. That sounds really painful. Let's beat our faces together. I don't normally use the makeup sponges though. Like I still need to find a foundation I can use that doesn't make my face hurt. I mean, I have one that's kind of okay, but mm, what he means that with the makeup sponges where you dab. But yes, that is funny. Every time I see you that beat our faces, that just makes me laugh. Yes, messing with trolls. Half the time they don't understand when you're messing with them either. What, baby? Bring it here, boo boo. Okay. You'll break out your stuff and airbrush. Uh, well, come here, boo boo. Um, I'm really like, well, come here. I'm really curious about that whole airbrush thing that you got going on there, but I'm afraid because I'm allergic to so many things that, I just started using sponges. Right on. Athena, come here, boo boo. Come here, bring me your Kindle. I'll help you. What's going on? What's the matter? Daddy went to the bathroom. Do you want me to see?
Oh, what's that?
That's a chair, but you're not going to sit on that chair because that one is tricky. Okay, that's tricky for me. That's not for little ones. Here you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Orange.
Now, if you have the sound on, you have to go in your room. Okay?
I can hear cows.
Yes, you can hear cars. Yep.
I hear monsters.
You hear monster trucks.
Yes.
Where are the monster trucks at?
It is. I hear monsters.
Oh, okay. Right. I think that was a motorcycle though, but you might be right. I'm not sure. Actually, it'd be kind of cool to do maybe a live stream of you doing the airbrush thing. Theater vamp. Can you take all that in your room? No. Okay. It's mostly water and hypoallergenic. Really? Interesting. Right on. Well, shit, maybe we can do that tomorrow then. That would be an interesting first makeup Monday type thing. What, baby?
Yolk.
A yolk? You think that's an egg? That's tea.
Tea.
Yes, that's a cup and that's a saucer. But it does look like either yolk or avocado cut open, kind of, ish.
What's that?
From gremlin to clam. Right on.
You pick.
Okay.
Maybe you pick a.
Oh, you want me to pick something?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I think we ate everything out of this box, though.
Wow.
Everything is good. Everything is good in a boxu box, baby. Just about everything I can eat, anyway. Everything I'm not allergic to. Wow, there are 6 people here and there are 6 likes. That is amazing. What?
Let's go. Come on, me.
Okay, baby. Are you gonna say hi?
Hi. No.
Be careful, don't hurt your head, okay?
No.
All right, well, I might end this stream. This is a pretty long stream, but it was good. It was really good. Thank you all for being here and hanging out and talking, and I really appreciate all of you. Yep. Sent something to your Facebook about the makeup. Yeah, that's one of those things I'd want to try out first and see if I'm allergic to it or not, because my skin is so finicky. It is not even when face lotion is like a big deal. I'm just saying, like, there's a reason I don't have eyeliner on. You know, now I want to get eyeliner from ColourPop because maybe I'll be able to, use it. That'd be great. That'd be awesome. But hi, how you doing?
Okay, feel better.
Right on. So yeah, I really appreciate everyone being on here. Pretty soon, we might have Marcus on here more. I can talk about face lotion too, particularly for fair skin afflicted individuals, right? Shit. Dude.
I don't have that problem.
And it's just my face. Like on my body, lotion doesn't really have any problem. Like, but it is ridiculous. I have tried so many different brands, like store-bought, and just no. Thank you to you and all the chat. By the way, the airbrush might be a good option to avoid contact with applicators. Yeah, that's true too. That is true too. I mean, usually I just use my fingers because, with like if I put foundation on or, stuff like that. But I wash my brushes after every time I use them because sensitive and OCD. So yeah. It's normal for face lotion to make your skin pink to some degree. Um, I mean, but this hasn't done it. Um, like once I go wash my face, this will really be the test. I'm gonna wash my face again, put more of this on, and see how it does. But there has been no burning, no irritation. I'm noticing that my nose looks better. The corners of my mouth, just all the way around, it looks way better. So yeah, who knew? Who would have thought anything with anti-aging or retinoid will do that? What, causing your face to be reddish? See, I wouldn't mind reddish. It's the burning. It's the pain. I don't want any of that. I don't want to feel like my face is going to crack up and fall off. I don't want any of that. I don't know. I don't know. I know there was back when I lived in Florida, there was a woman who made like homemade face moisturizer, and that stuff was amazing. It was so good. Yeah, I mean, well, that's I don't know. I have a weird body. There you go.
I like it.
Well, thank you. I just wish I wasn't allergic to so many things.
Yeah.
But all right, I think I'm going to get going. I appreciate all of you. If you haven't already liked, then please do. And
subscribe.
yeah, if you're watching the replay, thank you. Please subscribe and all of that good stuff. Aloe. I want a big friggin' aloe plant. Just huge. Yes, aloe is some good stuff. Good night, y'all. And I'll see you tomorrow for makeup and whatever Monday.
To the outro.
That might be the. Oh, you have the right to say no. Your no should be respected. And if it isn't, and if the lotion is not good for your skin, then don't put it on the skin.
You may still get the hose. We're not sure, but bye.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia.
Every time.
Every time.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.